who came last month? So for you guys who weren't here, I read a bit of a sad poem. I went home and I thought I'll try and write something a bit more lighthearted, a bit more funny. After kind of speaking to Aamon a couple of times, he reminded me to stay true to yourself. Here's another sad poem. By the way, all the events in this poem are not true. They said I would amount to nothing. In me they had no hope. Your son isn't doing so well, man. He's heading down a slippery slope. I was young, with no father. There was no other man. No one to lend a hand, or to give a good command. So please explain to me how I was supposed to understand the laws of this life and the way of the earth. How was I supposed to feel that I had any worth? I needed you. You were my mother. But you left me there, lying in the dirt. I isolated myself first, then I lost my self-worth. I just wish you could come back and see what it was like to be me. I needed you. But instead you left me feeling like a divorcee. When I learned to ride my bike, my eyes were so bright. I held the handlebars tight. I looked back to see your smiling face, had some sense of accomplishment. I needed you, but there was nobody there. I was learning at that event. My first love. Beautiful blue eyes, tall and lean, unlike me. Big bright smile that suited her style. Most popular girl in school. They told me I was a fool to go for someone that cool. But I knew what passion was, and I knew what I wanted. So I gave her my heart, and she ripped it all apart. I needed you, but there were no king's horses or king's men to pull my broken heart together again. I was a troubled student, or a student that liked to make trouble, whichever you prefer. I was an ADD child, I really was quite disturbed. But then I got the Principal's Award for the first time. Oh my God, that feeling was so sublime. I waited in line, and when it was my time, I stood in the spotlight. I received my award and said thank you. I was so polite. I searched the crowd to see if I could see my mother. Then my logicality collided with my reality. I needed you, but for so many just like me, there wasn't a shoulder for me to leave. The time I almost went to jail. LOL, ultimate fail. I was in trouble with the law, and what was more with all my flaws, they wanted to lock me behind the big metal door. I was in the wrong, and I manned up to my mistakes. It's a part of civility. Unlike you, I accepted responsibility. I needed you to stop me from making the wrong decisions, but instead I feel like an incision was made in my chest, and my heart was ripped out. For a while there, I was depressed at best. Finishing school. I wanted to drop out and put a tool in my hand, but you overruled my plan. Fussing and fighting and swearing and arguing. Fire! I'll do what you please. I went through it in a breeze. Brought my certificate to her and said, Mum, I know it was hard at the start, but I did my part in my past. I started weak thinking you were wrong, but look, I finished strong. It felt like 2 years in the Bronx, but I did what you want. You know what she said to me? Yeah, move along. God has given me great patience indeed. People in my circumstances usually flee, either to cloud nine or under the sea, in a heap of marijuana or a bunch of ecstasy. Life is tough, but it can always be tougher, so here is my plea. Stay strong, love those around you, and of them never let go, because what the future holds in store for you, you never ever know.